IP, please contact us as there's alternative methods to be able to connect. Now, let's log in using your operator username and password. And let's change your static IP address on the system. So, once we've logged in, we click on Hotspot Settings, and then we click on Location Information, and then we click on List Hotspots. So once we're in List Hotspots, we click on the hotspot that we want to select. The example shows multiple hotspots, but if you only have one hotspot, only one will appear in the list. The hotspot ID is displayed on a sticker on the device. So, we've clicked on our hotspot, and then we're going to click on Edit Hotspot. So once we're in Edit Hotspot, we're now going to put our public IP address into the system. We only need to do this once. You can get your public IP by going to www.whatismyip.com, and as we said earlier, if you don't already have a public static IP, you can contact your ISP in order to get one. So let's go ahead and put our public IP address in the public IP address box, and then we're going to click on Apply. So once we've entered our public IP address into the system, we're now ready to connect up our hotspot. So if you simply have to get your Ethernet from your broadband connection, and then that plugs straight into the WAN port of your hotspot. Then once that's connected, you simply be able to connect any client PC up to the connection. You simply need to set DHCP on any client PC that you want to connect to the network. So let's go back to the operator control panel. So now we've logged back into the operator control panel, we're going to now create a plan. The great thing about the operator control panel is that because it's online, you can connect from it anywhere in the world. You don't have to be at the local site to be able to manage the connections. So let's click on Plans, because we're going to now add a plan now before we add a user. And then we go to New Plan. So for plan name, we're going to do a 512k speed limit with a 1 minute time limit. So that's what we're going to call it. Plan ID, we're going to use the same thing. Now plan type, PayPal, you can set that in the landing page. So whenever anybody connects, it's going to invite them to pay with PayPal, and you can connect that to any plan or user or voucher, so they'll be able to simply order online without any other interaction required. It's the same principle to checkout. Prepaid is where they're going to pay you up front, either by cash or card at the kiosk, or we have also postpaid, that is when the client will pay later. We're going to select it on prepaid. So plan cost, as an example, we're going to put 5. No plan setup cost or tax. Currency, we have a range of currency that you're able to take. We're going to leave it on US dollars. And then hotspot, we put the static IP on MH005 earlier. So that's what we're going to do. And then we click on Apply. Now the basic plan information is in there. Now we need to edit the bandwidth by clicking on Edit Plan. Bandwidth and time restrictions we'll be able to edit. Then we're going to click on Time Settings. So for this plan, we've got two options here. Either cumulative, which basically the clock stops once the user logs back out and it starts again once it logs back in, or time to finish, which is just a simple non-stop clock from the first time the user logs in. So we're going to put time to finish as the example, and we're going to put 1 minute duration of the time limit. Then we click on Apply. Then we're going to edit bandwidth settings. This is where we're going to enter in the speed limit. You can also enter in a download limit, but for this particular example we're going to enter a speed limit and a time limit, and we're going to do a bandwidth limit later. So for the moment we're not going to put any data limit, we're just going to set it up as speed 512k download with a max speed upload speed of 1 to 8. So this is so your network doesn't get overly contended. You can supply many users in a very managed way to make the best use of your bandwidth. So now we're going to click on apply to apply those settings. So now we've edited the plan details, we're going to go ahead and add a user to be able to connect to the hotspot. So we click on create new user, and then we click on new user, and then for this example we're just going to create a random user called test 2010. And then we're going to set the plan on the user that we just created. So we're going to select the plan here, which was the 512k 1 minute, and then we're going to select the hotspot, which was the MH005 hotspot. If you've only got one hotspot, only one hotspot will appear on this list, but if you've got multiple hotspots you can select each package and plan just exclusive for that particular hotspot. So we're going to select MH005, and then we're going to click apply. Now that that user's added, any user who's now connecting to the hotspot is going to become to a landing page. So we're going to now connect to the landing page. So here we are at the hotspot landing page. This is the page all the users are going to see when they connect to your network. So let's go ahead. As you can see there, it's got the purchase with PayPal, and also the logo is fully customizable. You can put your own logo there, so it's unique to your company. So let's go ahead and log in as a user. So the user we created was the test 2010. There you go, we've logged into the hotspot system. And now we're going to go and we're going to test the speed to show that the bandwidth limit system is working. So we're going to go to speedtest.net. Should take about a minute here, so at the same sort of time, once we've finished here, we'll also be able to demonstrate the time limit as well. As you can see, the speed is limited to around 512 kilobits. We're running a 5 megabits line here, so it's throttling us to only 512 kilobits. And now the online time, as you can see, it's now been over 1 minute online time now, so we won't be able to browse to any website. So as soon as we try and browse to a website, automatically it's telling us to log back in. The user is able to see their online time by that option there. So now we can log back into the MicroNet Hotspot operator control panel, and we're going to give you an example of the download limitation. So we're back in the operator control panel, and then we're going to click on billing and sales, and then we're going to click on plans, list plans. We're going to find the plan that we've just created, which was the 512k 1 minute. Then we click on the plan name and then we click on edit plan. And as before, now we're going to make it unlimited time. So we just leave it blank and apply it. And we're going to set some bandwidth settings. Again, we're going to make it 128 kilobits with 512 kilobits download. And we're going to set, this option allows you to either set the traffic limit combined, so for example 10 meg download limit on the download and upload, which will be about total 8 meg download limit, or you can set it completely independently. This example, we're going to set it completely independently on just the download limit to allow the user to download any amount of upload as they like. So data usage, we're going to set it to 1 megabyte download limit and unlimited on the upload. And we click to apply that. So now we've created a download limit and a speed limit. We're going to now go and show you an example of creating some vouchers as users. So we're going to click on create batch vouchers to give to our customers. We're going to set the username prefix to MicroNet. So before they log in, it's going to have MicroNet as the username, and then the username string we've set to 8. Length of password string, and this is the number of user vouchers to create. So we're going to create 50 vouchers with 8 user string and 8 the length of the password. And we select the hotspot, which is the MH005 hotspot, and then we're going to select our plan, which was 512k 1 minute, and then we're going to apply that. And then it's created all our vouchers. You can either download it in Excel format, or you can simply click view and it will give you a list of printable vouchers, $5 each, and the list of the vouchers there. So let's go back to the hotspot landing page for the client. And we're going to use one of the vouchers that we've created to log in. So I've put in the username and password from the voucher. Now I'm going to log in. So there you go, I'm now logged into the hotspot system. And if I now go to download a file, I will only be able to download 1 meg. So just for example, we're going to download ABG antivirus. And as you can see, Internet Explorer has not allowed the rest of that file to be downloaded because the bandwidth is limited to 1 megabyte. So that pretty much concludes